Supremacy, where it's all Epstein all the time.
No.
The Epstein News Network.
No.
ENN.
Lord.
The Epstein News Network.
No.
Man, listen.
We have a title.
Yo, what's the logo gonna be? Like a belt?
Oh my
belt?
gosh. Too far. Too far.
I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988.
Yeah.
988.
I just caught the joke.
Support is out there.
Woo!
You need it.
It says we need Logic song with this to come.
We put a
have a
Logic
number
song,
now.
I'll walk the fuck off this set right now.
My name is Jeffrey Epstein. I'm co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media. If this is your first time, welcome to This Week in White Supremacy. If you have been watching, you understand that the show does not actually start until we introduce.
It's a miracle.
Okay.
Yeah, had to punctuate it.
Okay.
You know, let the people them know what they're getting into.
Okay. Okay.
My name is Miracle, aka Big Bless with the Big Blessings. Apparently, I don't listen, but the results.
You hear what you
don't
wanna hear?
happen.
You can tell Miracle don't listen because you know she watches Netflix with the subtitles on.
Because I'm a cultured person and I love K-dramas.
Wow.
Speaking of Too Hot to Handle, Italia version, you gotta watch.
Okay.
This is reality TV?
Yes.
Oh, reality TV is mud wrestling.
You gotta watch.
Well, there's some drama percolating right now too, Miracle. And we'll get to that shortly.
I'm over the final season of America. Like I don't know
Miracle.
I never volunteered to like live here. I never volunteered.
You know when your show, when you're watching this show and they start doing the flashbacks.
No,
There's a lot of flashbacks happening right now, Miracle.
It's too
And your name, sir?
The gorgeous gaslighter.
okay.
Okay.
The woman manipulator. The fragrance felon.
Oh. Keep going.
The toxic one from Toronto.
What
Lord.
The supreme Asiatic intelligent lead divine.
did the guy call you? Something Islamic dude. What did he call you?
I forget. The bombastic Muslim or something like that.
No, he was like super. It wasn't exceptional, but super awesome Islamic dude.
There we go.
That's what he
Take
called
that.
you. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You know what I mean? The
That was
immaculate,
Josh. That was our brother Josh.
the immaculate immigrant. Yeah, Olden things. Come on.
As soon as you said that, the FBI was like, record location. Where is his location? Well, again, the story that won't stop. Epstein and Donald Trump.
His death is the gift that keeps on giving.
I
because it's
mean-
like, geez, man.
Well, again, I mean, and we said it for 4 or 5 straight episodes. Donald Trump ran on a lot of promises that he's broken. And we'll get into it's been 6 months. It seemed like 6 years, but it's only been 6 months since Donald Trump has been in office. But yes, what we found out, remember, Donald Trump was saying Epstein was somebody he didn't really know.
Right.
You know,
That'd be like you saying you didn't know me. Like that
Bad picture.
Yeah, it's like 20 years of photos.
Yo,
I mean, but
if
do
Epstein
you
had an
really
Instagram, it would
know
just be
anybody?
Do you really know anybody? I guess
Like,
that's
you know what I mean?
I guess that's what he's hiding behind.
He did say, Miracle, about Jeffrey Epstein. He loves women almost as much as me, most of them young. He did say that. So that
Yikes.
Donald Trump is on record as saying that, right? And according to the Wall Street Journal, Donald Trump,
Which is alternative news.
well, again, the
Defend your man.
think about the
Defend
Wall
him.
Street Journal now, right?
Right.
Rupert Murdoch owns the Wall Street Journal, also owns Fox News.
He does.
Right, so you would think that this was somebody. Obviously, Rupert Murdoch and Trump have some type of relationship. And the Wall Street Journal published this article that said Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him bawdy letters for a 50th birthday album. One of them was from Donald Trump. So that for Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, Ghislaine Maxwell prepared a special gift for this occasion. Yes.
Ooh, what can I imagine
Yeah.
what that was? Jeez. That's spicy.
It says it was a leather-bound album.
Oh, I'm sure it was leather bound, though, right? I'm sure. It probably has some spikes and studs on there. Maybe a ball gag or something.
Little baby oil.
Something. Little baby oil.
Jesus.
It says this was assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2000. This was from 2003. Again, 2003 is not that long ago.
No.
This is the 2000. This isn't like, oh, in the 80s and 90s we were in the same venues together.
That was this century.
Right. I didn't really know. By 2003, people knew Epstein Island. They knew what he had been accused of. He hadn't been first arrested yet, but people, and Trump said he knew.
The godfather of the freak off.
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my God.
Please.
Lord have mercy. So
this is the Epstein News Network,
yes,
man.
Yes,
We got
yes.
all Epstein all the time.
For this 2003 birthday album, according to the Wall Street Journal, Donald Trump not only wrote him a birthday card, but that he drew
Allegedly,
a picture of a naked woman, that his signature was the naked woman's
breasts.
pubic hair.
Oh, that's actually pretty clever.
You get some ideas over there, bro? Get some ideas.
Someone's birthday's coming up. Now I know how to sign the card.
He's about to go look for this image.
Wow.
And recreate it.
Is the image Googleable? I need to do some research.
And then the letter concluded. This is how the letter ended, right? It says, and this is according to Wall Street Journal, a pair of small arcs denotes a woman's breasts, and the future president's signature, a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. The letter concludes, happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret.
Oh,
yes. So this was Trump's response. This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story. Commentary on Trump sending Epstein.
I would just like to say that they do say in school and across other different modalities that high artistic levels is a good metric for intelligence.
Oh, well,
So-
okay. Well, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen.
But it does take a smart person to be a good liar.
Wait. If that's the case, it cannot apply to Donald Trump, Farouk, because according to Donald Trump, quote, I never wrote a picture in my life.
Well, damn, I'm trying to shoot you bail, Donald. I don't know.
don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words. He's never drawn a picture. Now, mind you, there are
Isn't this the same nigga who said he would have sex with his daughter on a talk show?
Stop.
Yes. Not only that, but he was on Howard Stern saying that, like, he liked young women.
Right.
He was talking about, Howard Stern was talking about, oh, would you have sex with women in your 20s? And he was like, yes. And then they were like, well, how young? He was like, well, I'm not going to, have sex with like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not.
But again, that's a lot. It's a lot of distance between a 24-year-old
like a 7-year-old.
and a 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah, 12 years.
It's a lot of difference. So again, he did say how attracted he was to his own. Remember, there's video of Donald Trump at the Teen USA pageant.
Yeah.
Saying he was going to be having sex with these young girls in a few years. They said that Donald Trump at the Teen Miss USA pageant and the Miss Universe pageant, but at the Teen...
But no one... But,
hold on, Bear. At the Teen Miss USA, they said that he would routinely go into the dressing room.
What?
Yes. We knew all of this,
I didn't.
and America still voted this man for president.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. It's like, clearly that's not a deal breaker.
Twice. So, like, to get to this point and then be surprised that he, won't release. Not only won't he release the Epstein. Well, okay. So according to the DOJ, they're going to release some grand jury testimony, but they're saying that the FBI has been trying to find where Trump's name is in all of these cases.
And redacted?
I don't know about redacted, but there's, they're saying, and again, a woman, this came out also this week, the flashbacks continue. A woman who accused Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell of sexually assaulting her says she told the FBI twice to look into President Trump.
911
twice.
is in your town.
The woman, Maria Farmer, told the Times that she asked the FBI, along with the New York Police Department, to broadly examine people in Epstein's circles, including Trump, in 1996. She followed up again, she told the newspaper, after the FBI interviewed her about Epstein 10 years later. Miracle. You have been kind of in the middle on this topic, right? Because you are right, like, the Epstein files could have been released under the Biden administration. Flight logs were released, but not the whole files, right? However, you know, there's a question. Actually, before you speak, can we play this clip by Bill O'Reilly?
Oh.
Because there was this question as to whether or not Biden had some responsibility in the Epstein non-releasing files. Can you play that clip?
Was convicted during the Biden administration. Not one time did Hakeem Jeffrey call for any exposition of what the Biden Justice Department knew. He doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care about the people.
Hold on. Bill.
This is what
hold on.
he does.
Hold on, Bill. Hold on. You said Epstein was convicted during the Biden administration. Epstein committed during the Trump administration.
Yeah, so am I wrong on that?
You're wrong, sir.
He was arrested in 2019, and he committed in 2019. He died August 10th of 2019. So the Biden administration was not involved in a conviction or a trial of him. They were of Elaine Maxwell.
Okay. But he was arrested and indicted under Merrick Garland.
No, under Trump.
Who had all of the information.
Epstein was arrested, indicted, under Trump in 2019. Trump was president. Merrick Garland was not the attorney general.
Okay.
Racism and assault just mess up the mind. Anyhow, when the madam, aka, I don't know, she was a madam, she was his girlfriend.
Oh, you're talking about Ghislaine.
Whatever her positionality was, that's when they could have released all the information. They did not, but so here we are today.
Oh, when Ghislaine, right. Yeah. When Ghislaine was convicted. So Ghislaine was convicted under the Biden administration. But Epstein was convicted and then somehow...
He wasn't convicted.
Right, yeah. But then, and also somehow... What? He wasn't convicted?
Sorry, that is not funny.
I missed that.
That is not funny.
Okay. I missed the joke.
He convicted himself out of here, yes. But I think it's irrelevant. This is a mess.
This is a mess, yes.
We know that all these powerful men were doing something they were not supposed to. At this point, just release the files. Nobody's going to care. I'm going to be very...
Did you see Kevin Spacey center himself in this?
Listen, I'm just be very honest. There could be a video.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey was like...
There could be a video.
Wait, Miracle. You can't say nobody's going to care because these MAGA people are losing their mind. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is saying to Trump, yo, if you don't release these files, it's going to be a problem.
No. That's what I'm saying. I am saying nobody cares that these men did the things that they are accused of doing.
I agree with that.
Tomorrow, there could be a video of Trump, doing stuff with minors, and people be like, "Oh, that was him 2 decades ago."
That's what it was.
So this whole theater makes absolutely no sense to me.
Because there's literally a video of what's the white woman's name that was on the Today Show, and
Katie
she's
Couric?
wild racist, Megan something. Megan Kelly.
Yeah, Megan Kelly.
Where she was like,
I thought she was on The View.
She literally said like, I don't care that he was groping and grabbing women 2 decades ago. I still want him as my president. She literally says this.
Correct. So like people know he's on there. So this whole thing, like literally there was a report coming out that the House, the U.S. Congress, is going to shut down because they do not want to vote on releasing the Epstein files.
Yeah. They did shut down.
Yeah,
they actually shut down specifically because
they closed the floor.
They did not want to have a vote on Epstein.
And nobody cares. Look, I'm being very honest.
I care.
Clinton's good.
You know who cares, Miracle? The Epstein News Network cares.
That's our job. All Epstein, all the time.
Literally, we've all seen the rumors. We've all seen these imaginary lists. No, they're not going to get arrested. Nothing is going to happen.
Yeah, there's not going to be any recompense for this.
At the most, they'll probably go to one of these far right churches,
like mega churches, yeah,
yeah, and be like, oh,
with Matt Gaetz,
pray, cry a little bit, and be like, on to the next. Like, nothing is going to happen to any of these men, or it would have already happened.
1,000%,
the lady was talking about, oh, the FBI, this person. Everybody knew what was happening, and nobody did anything. You mean to tell me, allegedly, over 1,000 people have incidents of inappropriate sexual assault of minors, and only one woman got an arrest?
Yeah.
Only one woman got a conviction? Makes absolutely no sense. The parents, the medical providers, the staff at the hotel, everybody would have been getting conspiracy. Everybody would be under the jail right now. And it's not happening because it's nobody, like that's what I said last time. At the end of the day, people really do not care about sexual violence. People really do not care about sexual assault. People really do not care about victims. And even the way we talk about like all of this, no one is really centering the people who've been harmed. It's like, oh, let's see who's on there. Let's see who was on the, you know, onto the island. Let's see who was hanging out. Let's see where the money goes. It's just more of a like a grown up who done it. It's like, you know, a choose your own adventure of like that.
Choose your own adventure of rape is
like,
crazy.
It's really what it is. And the fact is, like, none of these people who've claimed to like care about the sanctity of marriage, care about protecting women and girls, you know, care about, you know, the innocent. None of these people are actually taking action to show and prove that. And it's just ridiculous that we don't even. All the legislation before Congress, we get nothing because people are like, we don't want people to know our president was out here dealing with minors.
And it's interesting because, like you said, when it comes, I mean, you're absolutely right about not caring about victims. This woman, Maria Farmer, I've never heard of her. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you asked me name a Jeffrey Epstein victim, I don't know their names. I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? We don't know them. And so they said Maria Farmer was one of the first women to report Jeffrey Epstein. And that, again, she told the FBI twice about a what she said, an unsettling encounter that she had with Donald Trump. And she recounted this, but again, did the FBI do anything? No, they're not doing anything. In fact, Senator Dick Durbin actually said what the FBI are currently doing is he says he's received information that Attorney General Pam Bondi pressured about 1,000 FBI personnel to comb through tens of thousands of pages of documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and flag any mention of President Trump. So like you said, they're not, in fact, you know, there was a story that one of the things that Donald Trump did with Doge is they actually gutted the office that handles human trafficking.
Of course.
They actually gutted this office that was specifically about human trafficking. So again, I guess I'll come to you, Miracle, because you're right in all of this. However, this was one of the things, particularly these QAnon MAGAs were holding on to, right? That Trump was going to drain the swamp, that he was going to expose all of these pedophiles, right, that were being protected by the Democrats. So now here is Trump. Not only is he saying, well, one, he's saying the Epstein thing is all a hoax. He's basically like, when you talk about playing in somebody's face.
Absolutely.
He saying to them, not only that, he basically like anybody who believes this, he called it bullshit. Like all of my past supporters, whoever believes this is like nuts. Now and then he was saying, oh, this happened so long. Why are we still talking about Epstein?
Gaslighting.
Yeah, expert level. Why are we still talking about Epstein?
The gaslighting final boss.
These MAGA folks are saying, why are you still talking about the election of 2020? Like, why are you still talking about all the stuff that you talk about? So the fact that now Donald Trump is making it seem like this Epstein thing is some made up thing. Is this it? Is what is going to cause him to crash and burn?
I mean, no, because we just shut down the government. So, I think it is making people wake up. I was having a conversation like, how do you get out of a cult? Like, what is your wake up moment? I think it's going to start the seeds. But what I fear is that people are not going to be like, oh, Trump is innocent. I feel they're going to be like, oh, Trump is now part of the swap, like the deep state.
Yes.
The deep state got the Trump. Yes. And then that's what I fear. Like, these people are going to be like super irrational, and what are they going to do to like try to save Trump from the deep state?
Yeah, yep.
I'm going to be very honest. You know, I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart. Like, nothing makes me happier than a good conspiracy theory, and so I actually get very entertained by like these far right folks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
it's so
leaps and
bizarre.
bounds.
Yes.
The fact that like I had a conversation, somebody looked me dead in my eye and they were like, the children are missing because Hillary Clinton has to drink the blood of children to stay alive.
Wait, somebody in person said that to you.
And I was just like,
have you seen Hillary Clinton lately?
But that's the whole QAnon thing. The conspiracy was that Democrats were trafficking the whole Epstein thing. False. It is also an anti-Semitic conspiracy at like the heart of it, but that the people in power were kidnapping children and either sexualizing them or drinking their blood to remain in power as part of these rituals to stay young because they're not human.
I mean, have you seen these Democratic senators and these older people in power? Like,
I mean, they're just old.
I mean, what you think? Could no one give some baby blood to Biden in the last couple years?
Come on, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, this man couldn't even. He was struggling.
Like,
so I mean, that is like the theory, and then it weaves in like a lot of things about like power and dynamics and money, and it gets very like interesting because now you're like talking about spaceships and other beings are now like involved in this ancestral plane, and you're like, oh, this is
like Scientology.
It's like all of the conspiracies in one. I felt like people all the conspiracy theories got together. They were high and they were just like, let me like outdo, and they just merged them all together.
But when you talk about like the gaslighting final boss, I mean Trump basically said, I don't draw pictures, and then they found at least 5 sketches from the 90s and early 2000s that had been sold at auction, which were pictures that he's drawn.
At this point, Trump just needs to be like, why are you bringing up old shit?
Like, why that did not work for R. Kelly.
But Trump is white. R. Kelly is not.
R. Kelly said, why are you talking to me about this now?
Yeah, Miracle. If you like conspiracy theories, the Trump administration got them for you. The latest one coming from Tulsi Gabbard, who accused the Obama administration and specifically President Obama of launching a years-long coup in an attempt to subvert Donald Trump's 2016 election win. Gabbard released declassified emails Friday and claimed they reveal a, quote, treasonous conspiracy committed by former President Barack Obama and his officials. If this is a treasonous conspiracy, that means that not only could President Obama be arrested, but for treason,
executed,
can be found guilty and sentenced to death. According to Gabbard, she said, their goal was to subvert the will of the American people. This is crazy because these are motherfuckers that, like, what was the January 6th's goal? Wasn't their goal to subvert the will? Like,
I don't understand.
Hold up. And is that essentially a years-long coup with the executive of trying to usurp the president? So obviously we know this is Trump trying to say, don't look at Epstein.
Right, yeah, sleight of hand.
But Donald Trump actually posted an AI video of President Obama being arrested.
Yeah.
Do you have any belief in this conspiracy? And my more important question is Obama gonna respond the way he asked other Democrats to respond last week?
I don't think that there was some underlying coup that Obama,
because it failed.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
What will be
not when Obama? Remember, Obama was in the White. Obama was at his inauguration.
Right, he's been buddy with him.
Yes,
virtually from the beginning. And if you remember, when Trump got elected the first time, finger quotes on that, he talked in great length about the lovely letter that Barack Obama left for him on his desk when he assumed the presidency. You know what I mean? He talked very highly of him. And then he went right back to trashing the man, and that's what he's been doing, like I said last week, for his entire political identity has been the shit on Barack Obama.
Yes.
I will find it very interesting to see if Obama finally finds his courage to stand up and holds himself to some semblance of bravery to address Trump and all these claims and calling the Democrats to defend him, or maybe he has maybe just goes quiet.
Well, again, I mean, this is
I don't know.
I mean, so if you're saying, and this is what President Obama said, right?
Yeah.
Now he said it in private, but he talked about Democrats being in a fetal position, and they got to stand up stronger. And again, President Obama does not have a history of making strong remarks towards President Trump.
No, not
the
at all.
closest he's came is some jokes that he made at the Democratic convention. And when we saw him in Pittsburgh, he made some jokes, but it wasn't strong. He never accused. He never.
You could argue Biden was stronger in opposition against Trump than Obama was.
Definitely. He never said this man's a racist.
Yeah.
This man's a white supremacist. This man's a racist. Now, could you imagine a scenario? And again, remember, Donald Trump is in all effects, according to the law, a dictator, right?
Right.
Everything that he's putting out there that we thought was not really legal, the Supreme Court is co-signing.
Yeah. I mean, there's that stat that Trump has completed 46% of Project 2025 6 months into the presidency.
6 months in. So could there be a scenario where the FBI go and arrest
Barack Obama?
President Barack Obama, and then what?
I mean, well, Trump already took
Can the U.S. government arrest a black man?
No. What I'm saying, Miracle.
Obama gonna find out that this ain't post-racial real fast.
But what I'm saying is, what would the response be? If let's say in this conspiracy world, let's say a week from now, they send the FBI to go arrest President Barack Obama. Will our community respond? Will Democrats respond?
No.
Will we have no kings rallies all over the country?
Hakeem Jeffries is gonna dance.
Hakeem Jeffries gonna do a rap.
I'm gonna say he gonna rap.
He might hide thinking they coming to get him next.
Man,
Miracle, what is this a possible scenario?
I did not read what Tulsi and co put out. Because if there was treason, there would have been an arrest warrant.
Yeah.
Listen. It says Gabbard has called for the prosecution of Obama and U.S. national security officials, accusing them of manufacturing intelligence to suggest Russia interfered with the 2016 election, despite evidence proving otherwise.
Now, they accuse her of being a Russian agent. So
yes,
I don't understand why she over here doing anything with Russia. No one's going to be an issue.
Yes.
But no, I don't really foresee an actual arrest warrant, because then if you're going to have your intelligence community arguing with each other, that's going to put America at risk. I feel like if there was something happening, she would have gone through the proper channels, had people engaged. Because at the end of the day, Russia was involved in the election.
Yes.
I hate you so much.
We do that. Russia was involved in the election. Yes.
Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
For those that don't know, Miracle early in our show used to say at the end of the day, every episode.
I missed it. The first time you said it.
We created a little thing when she says at the end of the day.
Well, at the end of the day, the day got to end.
But Miracle stopped saying it for many, many months. It's back now.
The light skinned bully's coming back.
She never left.
Squashing our peace agreement.
She never left.
Anyways, she took a hibernation. Anyway, I just don't understand why she would do this. I think that if there was actual treason, there would have been an arrest warrant, because she would have. You don't want Obama to abscond to Bali or something.
And that's what I was thinking. Treason is a high charge. That's bold.
She is the head of the national. She is the National Intelligence Director.
She would have done an emergency report to Congress.
Right. Well, again, so if she says this, again, who's at the FBI? Kush Patel. These are all
Kush don't even want that job. None of those. He don't even show up to work.
I'm just saying, these are all Trump acolytes. So if Trump says to Bondi, "Yo, go arrest Obama," to take out, to distract us. We all know what this is. This is an attempt to distract everybody from talking about Epstein. It's not working.
Yeah.
Because the more Epstein conversation comes out, the more we find these connections between Trump and Epstein. You know what I'm saying? The New York Times had an article, The Long History of Trump and Epstein. We find out more and more and more. However, one way to stop it would be to arrest. Could you imagine the headlines? We're arresting Barack Obama, and now Barack Obama has to defend himself. And could you imagine? That's how you change the conversation, Miracle.
Was that on either of your bingo cards this year? Trump trying to arrest Obama?
I mean, it's very stereotypical, this whole...
It is.
Just be like...
Blame a black man?
Yeah. Right, yeah. But I do think that
that would be a dope episode if you did brunch with a black man from, like, Obama in jail.
Obama in jail.
Behind the glass.
He can't have brunch. He can't have brunch in prison.
But I think also what
bologna sandwiches
starting to see,
with a black man.
Got a quarter water and all that. What's the commissary looking like for president?
Trump is overplaying his hand a little bit. And people are kind of getting irritated. So now it's like, okay, he's now starting to cost us money. You see with these colleges and universities, you see other people like you ease onto some of this stuff, and they're not doing that. So now people are like afraid to go home. They're afraid to have town halls. All these elected officials are like, what is going on?
They're not going to have no town
Now you
halls.
got to also worry about all these radicals like with weapons who have been like going and trying to unalive elected officials. It's just like a very wild time, and a lot of it can be traced back to this Trump administration. So I do think that people are like trying to get this Epstein out the way, but I just don't think we want JD Vance as our president. So it's like there are no good options right now.
No couch to be safe with JD Vance to the White House.
Well, according to Donald Trump, Miracle, his poll numbers within the Republican Party and MAGA have gone up significantly since the Jeffrey Epstein hoax.
According to Trump.
According to Donald Trump.
What did the real numbers say?
On Truth Social, he said they have hit 90%, 92%, 93%, and 95% in various polls, and are all Republican Party records. The general election numbers are my highest ever. People like strong borders and many other things. So he's trying to, I wonder if they're telling him, like, I wonder if they have like a set of papers for Donald Trump and then one that are the real information.
They have to, yeah.
Well, according to various polls, hold on.
How many people were polled in these? Like, what was the survey size? 3 people? Could you get 95%?
This was a poll by Civics, which compiled 40,000 responses in 50 states. Trump's approval rating is negative in 31 states. Negative. Pennsylvania, negative. California, negative. New York, negative. Even Texas, negative.
Oh, wow.
And in 19 states, positive. But let me see, the highest, crazy, where do you think the highest state is?
For his approval rating?
Yes.
The highest state?
Yes.
New Mexico?
West Virginia. So yes. So
same state, different climate.
Yes. So again, this is according to Newsweek, and 6 months in, it says 63% disapprove of his handling of the Epstein files, of course. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we're 6 months later and he hasn't, you know, really done. This is an article by Mother Jones. 6 months in, Trump has made American life immeasurably worse.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
So again, like, you got the bill, you got Doge. You know, there was a story about how they had, because of Doge, they had 1 billion pounds of food.
Right, yeah.
That was supposed to go to these developing countries.
And 500 tons, yeah.
They burned all of that.
Which is, and then the contraceptives, the $9.7 million worth of contraceptives were burned.
Right, right. And it costs money to even do that. So 6 months in,
like,
yeah. Do you have a rating for Donald Trump 6 months in? Do you give him an A, Miracle, or
like
A for
0
asshole?
10. Do not recommend. 0 stars. No,
What did your Yelp review say?
0 stars?
No, I do think that Trump was really destroying America, but I'm very, you know, I don't know.
He's destroying America.
I don't know if we deserve a functioning country.
What did Rodamez say in Juice? You can't fuck up something that's already fucked up.
Wait, you don't know if we deserve a functioning country.
I'm just the way
because of the people that voted for Trump. What about us, Miracle?
But I mean, it's just
why do I have to be collateral damage?
Because like we make so many other countries collateral damage. So I'm just like, what are we fighting for? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we trying to say?
That's very altruistic of you.
No, but that's what I'd be thinking. But it's like he's destroying everything. We have no fabrics. We're trying to make these little conclaves, and it's bad because all my progressive friends want to be on communes now, and I'm like, why do I want to fucking go live with you? I don't even want to hang out with y'all now. We got to go live and learn how to plant and forage together in 2025. I'm just like so over it now. Everybody has to get like a skill and to figure out what you're going to do in the revolution. It's like, why are we having these conversations now? We got to learn to go hiking in case we have to scourge for food. It's just like,
right. They're saying now that beef prices are going sky high now.
People are eating rabbit. People are eating.
People been eating rabbit.
No, but I'm saying like non-Southern folks. Like it's weird. I am literally watching
that's not a new thing though.
Who are not Southern adopt this like Southern cuisine because it's very much off of the land. Because people cannot afford groceries.
Saw some rabbits yesterday.
People cannot afford to live, and so like we're literally like I watch. Like all of these cooking shows, like, this instead of eggs, use this. Instead of milk, use this. If you can't have sugar, you can use this. Like people do not have basic necessities right now, and it's just wild. Like we're in real time watching like civilization collapse, all because a man wants to be like a king, and it's just like absolutely ridiculous. But I don't think it's hit us yet, right? Because school hasn't started, right? So like you see everything is like siloed. But now when summer's over, while we're not distracted by the heat, when we have places to be right now, like because you go to the park, you go here, you go there, you can really distract yourself from the fact that you don't have anything. But once it starts to get colder and we're going to start to see, people don't have anywhere to go, people don't have food, people don't have shelter, people don't have
Christmas
then
is
we're
going to be what the holidays going to look like.
It's just wild.
Hey, but Miracle, guess what? Pam Bondi is looking into the Hillary Clinton emails.
The emails, like oh my gosh.
What is left to find in the emails? Like the font that she bought? Like
who knows?
What are we talking about?
But like you said, how does this make our everyday lives better?
It doesn't.
Every day, people are struggling more and more and more. That doesn't make our everyday
These
life
fanatics
better.
are online so immersed in this bullshit that they really feel like this is going to liberate them and enrich their
until
existence.
They can't pay their phone bill. That's what's going to happen
like how
you're doing all this stuff and they can't get the information.
How you going to get on Beyonce's internet when your phone's off, bro?
Exactly. One of the things, again, we didn't necessarily ask for this, and Martin Luther King Jr.'s family didn't ask for it specifically either.
Oh yeah.
But
I wonder why.
Basically, the Trump administration releases FBI records on Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. Now, what was fascinating was Bernice King, Martin Luther King's daughter's response to it, which was a picture of Martin Luther King that said, "Now do the Epstein files."
Right.
Does this, again, are we interested in this information about Martin Luther King's assassination? Will it...
Those were not the files we wanted. Number one. Number two, I wanted to see something. I thought it was going to be his whole record because I wanted to see him talking smack on other people. That's what I was ready for. I was ready for like the drama, be like, I wanted him to call out Sharpton or something, right?
Yes.
That's what I was ready for,
like
and it didn't happen. We didn't ask for it, but I think that it's like, okay, cool, release everything. I think it goes to show you how much the government tracks you is weird, if that makes sense.
Very true.
And the type of information they have on you.
How many pages was the report?
They said it was, I think they said 60,000 documents.
Oh my days.
I'm sorry. The director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, announced the release of 230,000 files. Again, when you talk about how much the government tracks you, just related to the assassination. We're not talking about all the files they have on Dr. King.
Lots of Hoover files.
Yeah.
Right. So 230,000 files related to the assassination of Martin Luther King. Today, after nearly 60 years of questions surrounding the assassination of Martin Luther King, we are releasing 230,000 MLK assassination files.
I mean, release all the files.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it works. Where's the Malcolm X files? That's what I
right,
would
With the
do.
JFK, J.
Right.
Edgar Hoover.
Well, they're supposed to be releasing the JFK. Remember, he said that. Remember, that was
Yeah.
that famous interview
Yep.
where he was like, I'm going to release the JFK files. They were like, what about Martin Luther King? I'm going to release the Martin Luther King files. They were like, what about Epstein? He was like, well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure
That's a hoax.
about the Epstein
That's a hoax.
files.
Yeah.
No, but I actually,
And y'all thought he was going to release them.
I actually believe like every 25 years the government should release files. I think that most
Like a purge.
yeah, but I think that
You think they're gonna release files about aliens?
I wish they would.
Me too.
Then they promised to. They never did. It was very,
Yeah.
very sad.
Then
That was
after
probably another Trump promise that
I think he did.
fell through the cracks.
No, I do think that most of the charges you can get go away like after like 20 years, right? Like,
Yeah, the
you know.
statute of limitations.
And
is
so
up for certain things,
I think just dump them. Like let's find out who these people were. Let's find out what happened. Let's like
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
And it's like be entertained. Go put it into the history books and let's
What's all listed in the MLK files? Is it like the infidelity and all that?
Well,
other
this
stuff?
is supposedly this is just about the assassination.
Just the assassination. Okay.
So
Fidelity
this just
stuff.
had to do with assassination. So again, when Miracle talks about the Hoover files, remember J. Edgar Hoover
Yeah, right.
was somebody, another wild boy in his personal life.
Man, J. Edgar Hoover.
He was a wild boy
Man,
back in the
listen.
day, but he was somebody that had all this information
I think
about
the J in his
all
name stands for Jocelyn. Jocelyn Edgar Hoover.
He had all of these files on all of these people and celebrities and figures, and supposedly he was the one that had a lot of files on Martin Luther King, infidelity, supposedly sent them to Dr. Martin Luther King and his wife,
Right.
and then told Dr. King to kill himself, which he did not do, thankfully. Then they took it into their own hands to kill him. So I don't know if the government is admitting any type of involvement in his assassination. The Dr. King family actually sued the government, and it was proven in court that the government had something to do with
Yeah.
Dr. King's assassination. That already happened. So again, this seems like another distraction.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't
To try to
interest
say,
me.
but to say that we're releasing all these files and none of them have Jeffrey Epstein's name on it in this moment is like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just do not understand, and I was talking about this the other day with some friends of like all this death and chaos just so people can't have what they need to live and survive never makes sense because I don't understand what the end game is. When we're thinking about like you're assassinating MLK because he wants equality, well, got that, nothing changed. Like the country doesn't fail
Right.
when people get like equal rights, like marriage rights, trans rights. Nothing fails. So it's like, what in this whole like democracy project experiment are you trying to protect by always having an other to tamp down on? And I just don't really get it. And so like these files, I think it's always good to like understand history. I think it's always good to be like, okay, what were people doing and when and where and why? But the government hasn't stopped killing people. And so it's also that part of like,
Yeah.
I don't know what our takeaway is unless like the government is just going to do what the government does for whatever
I mean,
reason.
they look at it as addition by subtraction. That's really the only way that you can kind of get to a conclusion about this. I still don't know what this does to improve our lives by releasing.
It doesn't.
Like, how does this make me live a more comfortable life as a
It doesn't.
citizen?
Again, it's more distraction, and it's again when it comes to like what actually we need every day.
Yeah,
we
this
can't.
doesn't bring the price of beef and eggs down.
6 months in, we can't expect Trump's not going to deliver that.
No.
He's not going to be able to deliver
It's
that.
crazy
He has
it's
not-
only been
He's
6
made
months.
it worse. He's made inflation worse. He's
Eggs are
made
expensive,
all of these
beef is
things
expensive,
worse.
Milk is, and now the raw milk got salmonella. So like now the milk is going to be
damn.
even more expensive.
Damn, that sucks.
Like it is just.
I was just talking about raw milk.
I am not a raw person because I believe that pasteurization is needed to stop illnesses and contaminations in food.
Raw can be dangerous. Miracle. Raw can
Raw
be
is
very
always
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yes,
We have-
raw is very dangerous. You have to
It's
always protect
you
yourself.
of all people should know that, Farouk.
Oh,
Listen,
Oh shit.
listen.
Okay, Miracle.
If it ain't raw, I don't want it.
This nigga said,
That's the sound of me shooting the club up.
Stop. That's your friend. No.
I don't know if you saw this article. The Democrats, Miracle,
My face.
are doing an autopsy.
Oh my God.
That is a crazy sentence. Please, I want to make a joke, but keep going.
The Democrats, they're doing a 2024 autopsy to basically examine what went wrong with the 2024 election.
So they're calling it an autopsy.
Yes.
Who came up with this verbiage? Was this Nancy Pelosi? This has her name written all over.
Wait.
Only the Democrats would form something this fucking performative.
No, but listen to
It gets
this.
it gets better.
worse.
It gets
better or worse.
Don't piss me off
And
on a Tuesday.
The audit being conducted by the DNC is not looking at Joe Biden's decision to run. It's not looking at that.
Okay.
That's the reason you lost. What are you talking about?
So
you're not going to look into, it says, nor are they looking into, key decisions by Kamala Harris's team. The main 2 reasons you lost, you're not going to, like,
To be fair, you could actually conduct an autopsy on Joe Biden right now.
Really, there is questions. There is a question that Joe Biden.
There's questions whether he's alive or not.
No,
there's question if he's not like a meat puppet just walking around with voodoo. Like
there's question that he knew he had cancer.
Of course he knew,
and still decided he was going to run.
You are
Why would he do that?
At the point of this context, you were the president of the United States of America. You have access to things most of us can only dream of. There's no fucking way you didn't know you had stage 4 cancer.
It says the audit, which the committee is calling a quote.
I knew you had cancer, Joe. It was either that or a series of unfortunate strokes.
Well, his son said.
His son taught us how to cook crack.
Well, his son.
Hunter Biden turned into Rick Ross in no time flat.
Well, Hunter Biden said they gave him an Ambien before the 2024
Did Hunter give him the Ambien? Because I'd have questions about
Hunter
that.
should have gave some crack. Because if he gave some crack, he probably would have performed way better in that debate. He should have smoked some crack.
Marion Barry did it. Rob Ford did it. I mean,
again, so it says the audit, which the committee is calling a quote after action review, is expected to avoid the question of whether former President Joe Biden should have run for re-election in the first place.
And this isn't an autopsy, this is a CAT scan.
Whether he should have exited the race earlier than he did, and whether former Vice President Kamala Harris was the right choice to replace him.
I feel it's like a live look about what it's like to be a man, because only a man would be like, tell me what I did wrong, but you can't talk about anything that I've actually done or that I've said.
Deny.
Not the real things that I've done. Tell all these other issues.
Like, tell me what your impressions and thoughts are. I think this is like ridiculous, because if we're going to look at, and I really am happy that Hunter Biden was like, oh, it was these donors that I know a lot of people like to talk about like Palestine, the Palestine as the reason why.
By a lot of people, you mean Miracle.
You beat me to
it. Anyways, people not winning, but people forget that like over like $1 million was like wasted in Vegas with the little promo, and it's like advertising and marketing, right? Yes. There was not an actual LGBT outreach committee for all like 50 states. Okay. People were doing.
Pause that. It says, nor is the review expected to revisit key decisions by the Harris campaign, like framing the election as a choice between democracy and fascism, and refraining from hitting back after an ad by Donald Trump memorably attacked Harris on transgender rights by suggesting she was for they, them, while Trump is for you. She didn't even have a response to that.
Because the donor said don't talk about trans people. This is why I get very angry. As someone who was like heavily involved in the election and was like, y'all, we need to do this, we gotta do this. The donors basically were like, we're gonna give you over $100 million, but you can't talk about trans people, you can't talk about immigrants, you can't talk about workers, obviously no Muslims and Palestinians. When we were saying, hey, this is what the messaging is for our communities, they were like, yeah, but no. So a lot of those for Harris events that you saw in communities, community members were doing those themselves. They were fundraising, literally printing out their own merch, doing their own door knocking campaigns, doing their own robocalls. It was not coming top down, right? It was literally bottom up at the last at the last minute, because the campaign was like, you can't do this. And on top of that, they were telling people, you can't go here, you can't talk to this person, you can't be with these people. And it was just a mess. Like, the donors were controlling too much, and they're just wasting money on ugly promos and ads that nobody wanted to see. And it was like really, really sad and unfortunate, because when we're talking about like, why is our Democratic Party the way it is, and one of the reasons why I actually advocated for Shapiro to be vice president was because Shapiro, we all know, would have been like, F you to a donor.
Absolutely.
This is what I need to do so I can win. And
because he has the right amount of ego to step into this role.
And he doesn't like losing. Let's be very clear. He does not like to lose.
He plays to win,
Like, he plays to win, and he's going to do what needs to be done. He's going to look at those polls and be like, look, nah, these donors don't know what they're talking about. And he's going to do and say what needs to be done to bring people in. As we wrap up and we reflect about what has happened and what has brought us here to this point of fascism, it has been a lot of ego, right? And a lot of the people like this, the Mac guys who are all on social media talking about, oh, well, maybe we were wrong. Well, we knew you were wrong.
Absolutely.
And the problem is, you wanted the Democratic Party to be Republican light. You wanted the Democratic Party to drop and get rid of its big tent and become this white light Republican Party, so that you could be a part of it and make your money.
They didn't even want to do criminal justice reform, right? It was I mean, really, if you're talking about an autopsy,
this autopsy, like
some Democratic thing, but if you want to do what happened, all your base, the people that rallied and fought and scrapped for you in 2020 to get Joe Biden elected, you just threw them all out the boat. You threw them all out the tent. You threw them all out the window. Those are the ones that were most excited to. Those are the ones that had the most to lose. We had the most to lose by Trump becoming president. And so those folks that were the ones knocking on doors, rallying folks, doing all this stuff like we did at One Hood, you just threw us all out the boat.
Is them using the language autopsy like confessing that the party is dead?
Yes, they're just trying to do a rebrand. You
do they have to confess? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I just think it's very interesting language.
But for instance, like, oh my gosh, the mayor of Aliquippa was quoted in an article and was saying, hey, all of the Pennsylvania mayors got together, particularly the black and brown mayors, and like, we were trying to do this outreach, and the team would not even respond back to us, right? Not, So if you are the highest black elected official in your area, and you can't even get the campaign to connect and engage with you,
and we've been saying that
because of a donor, what is that when literally
you have Yusef Salaam, who's a city councilman in Harlem, and was one of the exonerated 5, directly took on Donald Trump, and you don't send him to any of these Muslim areas? It literally doesn't make any sense. We're not Democratic operators. We're just people with common sense and brains. And like, what were y'all doing?
And I think about that like all the time, about the conversations that could not have, that we tried to have, the things we advocated for, and now to be like, okay, the donor said we couldn't do that. Like, that's not a good enough excuse. Like, people got mad at I forgot which union for not really doing the endorsement, and that bald-headed dude, not maybe the steamworkers, being like pro-Trump, but it was like, your team was not nice. Like, I'm very honest. Like, as someone who was watching people work for this campaign, the teams were not nice. The donors were very mean, and these same donors are still trying to like buy these elections. And like, your policies are not popular. Like, get out of the election business. Let people vote and make these policies, and then see what's going to be good for business and good for society and good for the country. But no, there's the autopsy. We're not going to, and we still, I'll be very honest, none of these people have been talking about the youth vote. None of these people have been talking about, student loan debt. None of these people have been talking about actual issues that people thought were very popular, right? Because you wanted to get Republicans. And at some point, we have to figure out why our party of Democrats decided that Republican voters were their priority and not the Democrats that vote for them.
I mean, that's the main thing. So last thing before we close, you know, there was this story that came up around Breonna Taylor, right? That the officer that one of the officers involved in Breonna Taylor's death, the Justice Department basically recommended no prison time for this defendant. You know what I'm saying? This was Brett Hankinson, who fired 10 shots during the raid and was the only officer on the scene that was charged in her death. And he was the first person sentenced to prison in the case. A federal judge actually ignored the Department of Justice's recommendation and sentenced him to nearly 3 years in prison for using excessive force during that 2020 raid. Do we see that as some type of small victory for Breonna Taylor and his family? Just how do you all feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, anytime officers get punished, which I feel like they should be held with an enhancement on their sentencing. I think it's always a small victory. It's always a small triumph for us as black people to see police officers who willfully conduct themselves in a way that takes the life of people. I still think that whole situation is just so infuriating and so frustrating that we're just now seeing little breadcrumbs of justice served, how many years removed from the event. But, you know, throw the nigga away from life for me.
Yeah.
Put him in jail for life.
You have any comments on that?
I mean, I think it's telling that he got 3 years and they asked for 1 day.
Right.
But my fear is that Trump is going to pardon him and everybody all together, him, Ghislaine, whatever her name is, like all the folks, and just be like, just done with it and go on about his day.
Right.
I do know that Breonna Taylor should still be here. I do think that we have to be more vocal on how people are depriving our communities and then using that lack of investment and resources as an excuse to remove us from our communities or to take our lives. And Breonna Taylor was murdered by officers who were working, according to the family, these beats in order to say that these neighborhoods were high crime areas in order for people to gentrify them, right? To push them out.
Right.
And I think we have to have a conversation about what does it mean for our communities to have the resources they need to live and thrive, to have the resources where they're not forced to engage in survival economies and just exist, because Breonna should be here. Her and her man should probably be on their 3rd or 4th kid, like, you know, traveling the world, doing celebrations, and she's not.
Yeah.
And 3 years is not justice, and it's not going to bring her back.
Definitely. We had a case here, Miracle, where, you know, we are Pittsburgh is located in Allegheny County. Allegheny County has a jail that, even though the county is 13% black, the jail is 80% black. The jail has had a lot of issues with inmates dying.
Most inmate-related deaths in the country,
rivaling Rikers Island, right?
Yeah.
One of the inmates that we know, Kush Wilkerson, had just filed a federal lawsuit against these guards for beating him, for abusing him.
Yeah.
And then we had this video of this guard named
Brian Davis.
Brian Davis come out. Do you have that video, Fruit?
Yeah. Here we go.
You know what they say?
I did nothing. No.
Now I go fuck. Nigger theater.
So if you're listening,
if you're listening, this
he has a bat
wrapped with barbed wire with the N-word beater etched into the wood.
Right. So he called the bat a nigger beater.
Yeah.
So this video was made viral. If you know, the video is on, if you follow our social media, we posted the video. The Allegheny County Jail suspended him
Which
so
is
far.
whack.
Has not fired him.
Because that is investigation.
It says Brian Davis, who has worked at the jail since
suspended with
2020,
pay?
was suspended. That's a great question.
Yeah.
The ACJ said the jail does not tolerate racist or abusive language or
That's a
behavior.
lie.
We know that's a lie. And so, according to, they said most recently he was assigned to the intake unit at the jail. So he's the first person that the people see. How should we be responding as a community to this, Miracle?
I hope we got to go back and launch our racist rehab.
We do, yeah.
You don't rehab something like that.
Yeah.
I think, but unfortunately, and that's like the messed up part about the world. Like, you have to rehab people's evilness. You have to like give people a chance to transform and be better, because like, you know, there's nowhere to put people. Like, we think about like prisons do, as Angela Davis always tells us, prisons do not disappear problems, they disappear people. When you disappear people, you're exacerbating the problem.
Right.
So like, there's that. But I think we have to talk about how we look at justice in Allegheny County. Why do we put so many people incarcerated at the same time? You know, Tehran was this kid who was falsely accused of doing a shooting. He got exonerated, you know, because the DA refused to drop the charges even after another person admitted to doing the shooting. And it's like, why can we not look and imagine justice differently in Allegheny County? A justice that does not include prison, a justice does not include police, a justice does not include like forcing people into cages. Like, why can't we figure out how to do something differently? Because this man has had a storied past. This is not.
I mean, I'm not surprised. These people usually do. Yeah,
it's not his like first run in with controversy, and so it's just like, why are we also creating situations where the most violent of people are the ones who are in charge of warehousing our loved ones? And so that's a lot of things that we need to be having conversations for and about.
And one of the things that people were saying is, and it was crazy, if he gets fired, you probably go work for ICE.
Exactly.
Because like ICE is looking for violent racists to be a part of their, because who else would take a job with ICE except somebody that's a violent racist? So I mean, I think that this is where we are right now, where, you know, how when they talk about the Trump administration 6 months in, one of the things that people say, and you said on the show, like, cruelty is what they want.
Absolutely.
Right? Cruelty is actually what they're trying to show. And so now that it's kind of flipped back on them, you know, in the boomerang, the Epstein boomerang, it is wild to see. And it'll be interesting to see if this, you know, will 6 months in, like, because again, if we're here 6 months in, what does 4 years look like? And there was a picture of JD Vance with a Trump 2028 hat on. Is that going to take place? So we're in the, what is it, the upside down?
JD, you know, he over there plotting and scheming for when Trump goes.
I mean,
JD over here putting glass in his food as we speak.
Well, you know, they came out and I guess Trump has some type of leg disease because people kept showing his legs and some with his veins, and people want him to release his full doctors. They're not doing that. So I'm not sure where we're going to go. But with that being said, we have a White Pages today. The exceptional Negro.
Are you talking about the people at this table?
Two of them.
You're not calling yourself?
It's a joke. The exceptional.
Dang.
Are you an exceptional Negro, man?
Jesus Christ.
Is that going to be one of your things at the exceptional Negro? The what'd you say? The fragrance felon.
The fragrance felon. Yeah.
The exceptional Negro. Racism, white privilege, and the lie of respectability politics. This is Tracy D. O'Neill. The attorney, school board member, Tracy O'Neill was thrust into the national spotlight when local threats over a Facebook post criticizing the American flag grew into a national racist outcry.
Is Colin Kaepernick an exceptional Negro?
I mean, again, well, not if it's about being respectability politics, right?
Okay, yeah.
This is Obama, right? And it'll be interesting is, to me, Obama is somebody that has been very respectable. So now that he wants Democrats to be more, but again, I can envision Obama, particularly if this Epstein thing continues to take a life of its own. I could see a scenario where President Obama is arrested. And when you talk about a trial of this, if we thought OJ was the trial of the century,
we got to come up with
if we thought Diddy was something, could you imagine the trial of president and what that would mean as the black man who reached the highest levels of government was then arrested and put on trial? What would that say about America as a whole? Coming up next on America season finale.
Not season finale, series finale. Series finale.
Do we have anything coming up, Miracle?
We have things coming up. What is it, July?
Yeah, it's July. July's almost over. We did announce our Artivist Academy showcase that has been pushed back. So no showcase here this Friday. We're going to do that in September. So I don't know if there's, we have the, that's while this is airing, we're doing the voting, the Pittsburgh Black Pride voting event. Shout out to Ethan who's doing that. But other than that, I don't know if we have anything else coming up. I'm sure there's mad rallies and protests going on all over the country.
For people who like bikes.
We have open streets.
On Sunday.
Open streets, Pittsburgh on Sunday. Come out. Is that the biking thing? Okay, for people that like bikes.
That means if you're driving in Pittsburgh, stay away from Penn Avenue. Yes.
So we'll be there as well. And so we do have open streets. I forgot about that. Thank you.
There are protests and things happening. But listen, Bloom, where you're planning to take care of yourself is a lot.
Yes.
A lot going on, a lot going down, but just take care of yourself. Keep fighting, keep organizing. Open streets is like imagining, streets without cars and what you can create if there's actual adequate transportation. Speaking of Pennsylvania, if you're in Pennsylvania, please demand your elected officials support SEPTA, public transportation. We just need public transportation.
Absolutely. My brother. Last words.
Always go raw.
No.
Raw sweet potatoes, raw vegetables, raw foods, raw milk if you like that. You know what I mean?
That has salmonella.
Well, the safe raw milk that I don't know. I don't drink the shit.
Can you be safe and raw at the same time?
No.
Yes.
That is the question. Until next time.
I got a great track record.
This has been the Epstein News Network.
How do you find safety?
See y'all next week.
How do you find safety?
This week of White Supremacy. Peace.